Around about 18 months ago, this specific car featured on the channel. In fact, we took it to Mid Wales, to the Elan Valley, and that day we couldn't have picked a worse day. Heavy rain, in fact there was a Met Office weather warning out for floods. It was atrocious conditions, and to make it matters worse, when I actually did my stint in the car, I had the mic and audio failure, so I didn't have anything from that day. And I've spent the last 18 months working with Alex, the owner of the car, to try to get it back to feature on the channel and do a proper review of the car. And to tell you the truth, that's a blessing in disguise, because now, 18 months later, Alex has turned this car into the track Megane that he always wanted it to be. And this week, we're reviewing it. Welcome to Fast and Fun. So this car is, in base, original format, many years ago, is a RS Megane 250 Cup. Alex, you've owned the car now, how long?
18 months.
Okay. And when you bought the car, it wasn't anywhere near like it is now, though, is it?
No, I had a few modifications, and mainly it was used as a track car every now and then, but it's more set for fast road, really.
And with the amount of, because you've done quite a few track days in the 18 months you've had this, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, and you're on the journey to changing this from a fast road setup, would you say, into a track car? Well, in fact, actually, before we've started filming, we were talking about time attack for 2024, aren't you? You're talking about. So this is, you're really going full blown into a track car for this.
Yeah. There's just me nothing on the road, just pure track, trailered everywhere.
Right.
Not interested in the road at all with it.
Yeah. Okay. And just some of the headline values then. Engine power output. Have you? What's that currently?
318, which is about 320, really.
Right. Okay. But so about 320 brake horsepower. So that was the same when I drove it 18 months ago.
Yep.
So you've not changed the actual power output of the engine.
Nope.
It's everything that goes around it.
Yeah.
That you've changed. Okay. So I think the difficulty with these cars when you do reviews on them on road is that there is a balance to be had, and Alex just mentioned trailer, and that's because the balance is, as you take a car from road to fast road to track, it's a difficult balance, because as you get it more and more track biased, it starts losing some of its road characteristics. So let's talk about everything that's been done. It's quite a big list. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll do what we normally do, is we'll take it out on some of my favourite roads here in Gloucestershire and see what this is like, not in its natural setting, I think, in B roads, and see, does it still deliver what we know Meganes do for fast road, even though it's getting more and more track biased. So, Alex, where are we starting? At the front of the car?
Yeah, we'll start at the front and work our way around.
Okay.
So, engine, we've got standard internals. I said earlier, 320 brake.
So it's not forged at all?
Nothing like
yeah.
that.
And that's just a standard 4-pot, 2-litre turbocharged?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Still got a standard turbo. It's running the Pro Perfect recirc valve. And along with that, I've got Icon boost pipes.
Yeah.
Hard pipes down to the intercooler. Running the ITG intake, which leads down here with air duct, which was previously fitted on the car when I got it anyway.
Yeah.
But the intake was at the top.
Yeah.
And while I was on track, I was suffering a lot with heat. I maxed out my coolant gauge, so I then moved. I had the AirTech Stage 2 then. I've now moved to Pro Alloy intercooler with the fitted turbo cooler, and so basically all it is just. And
is this is down at the front, is it?
Yeah, that's down here.
Yeah.
So what you can see there is your intercooler, again same size as AirTech Stage 2, so it covers the whole radiator really.
Yeah.
But behind there you've got, it's about 17 row to 19 row sort of secondary radiator.
Yeah.
Which just cools.
And has that dropped all your temperatures back down when you're on track?
Got no issues at all. What I did with that while I was there, I just ripped the AC condenser out, so that gives me a bit more airflow to the rad.
Right, okay. And you've got, so this car has got RS monitor, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So the RS monitor does give you quite a few extra bits in the Meganes, but you've also fitted, which we'll come on to shortly, a
Luffy gauge.
Luffy, which we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So, is that largely it for the engine?
Yeah, that's the chase.
Yeah.
Not much done to it.
And is there any aspirations to get more power? Do you think 320 is the right balance?
400 is my goal.
That's a big step up, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a big step.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that at the moment. I'm confident
Right.
handling more.
Yeah.
But I think over the winter months I will do upgrade injectors with a map tweak. Might see 330, might not see much more.
Right.
Other than that, I'm not really touching the engine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So should we come round and talk about wheels, brakes?
Yep. So here we've got 17x9 Pro Tracks, which are currently wrapped in Nankang AR1's 255/40 17s, which I'm running a square setup, which not a lot of Meganes do because they find...
Square setup as in fronts and rears the same?
Yep, all the same. A lot of Meganes don't do that due to rubbing on the rear, but for some reason I don't have that issue. I'm not sure if that's because it's corner weighted and...
And have you got spacers fitted?
No spacers. These are ET43, I believe.
Okay.
Also you can see with it, you've got the stud nut conversion.
Just and so on the tyres, so you said Nankang AR1s. How are you finding them for track? Because the AR1s are for like cut slicks, aren't they? But still road legal tyres, aren't they?
Still road legal.
Yeah. So how are you finding them? I mean, have you done any track days in damp or wet conditions or not?
I did a little bit Cadwell in a damp, and then did Brands Hatch in the wet, which was in the afternoon.
And that must be sketchy, surely.
Oh yeah. To be honest, to these, once you've got heat in them, they don't mind a little bit of water. But standing water, it's no go. You don't want to go near it.
Bambi on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so again, cost. Are they expensive tyres?
I think in that size, about £185 a tyre.
Okay, so relatively, they are really.
But for the price they are, you won't get anything better, in my opinion.
For track work.
Yeah.
And wear rates then for your AR1s. How many sort of track days are you getting out of these?
It kind of depends on the track, really. I guess if you think about something.
But is it 2 or is it 6? I mean, that's the sort of.
I'd go more towards 6, 5,
oh, really?
6,
okay.
Sort of that area.
Well, you're not driving hard enough, clearly. Okay, that's much better than I thought. Okay, pads and discs, calipers. Are the calipers standard?
Yeah, standard calipers.
Yeah, 4 Brembos, aren't they?
Yeah, I recently got them refurbished this year with new pistons.
Yeah.
I'm running EBC 2-piece floating discs.
Right.
Coupled up with RC6 pads.
Okay.
Carbon and rain.
And how are you finding them?
Amazing. I don't think I'm interested in much else, to be honest.
And how much are they? The pads, front pads, just roughly?
225.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. That's all right, because I paid about 180, 190 for PPS Pro Race. So, okay, that's
yeah, before I had EBC RPX, and again, they're amazing. They're not too spenny.
And what about brake fluid?
Castrol SRF brake fluid.
Okay, yeah, that's what actually I use on mine. Also,
on there we got BC coilovers. I'm running 10 kg front, 7 kg rear.
Right.
And
did you have them installed, or did you buy the?
They come with the car.
They came with the car. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Along with that, I'm running quite a tame setup with camber.
Yeah.
I got -2.5 on the front and standard on the rear.
Yep.
I do want to up it just because it gives you that corner grip a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Yeah. Okay. But I suppose this is where, if you do enough track days, you can start to play then, can't you? And just, you know what, a little bit more camber, a little bit less, or whatever. Yeah. So you can just work out your setup. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Making the way down the car. I've got to mention a couple of things. the ring. For people that haven't gone that want to go. No, actually, Alex has been. And oh, come on, rear wipe delete. What is the point?
Because the rear wiper, it ruins the angles of the car.
Oh. Anyway, that's my 2 little fun bits. Right, so come on, we need to talk about the exhaust. And also, I'm sure mine's got something in this space.
Mine did have a diffuser and the normal standard centre exit, but I think with the way I'm going with the car and the fact that my exhaust was rattling on the heat shield, it was giving me a headache. And I went for a phase of just having the standard centre exit with no diffuser. Yeah. Because I just pulled the diffuser off and then...
And you've always live with it off?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going.
Tell me about that, because that looks actually quite. Is that bespoke?
Yeah. So the tip is So it's a full enhanced performance decat mid box delete with a small back box on it.
So it is decat, is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then that tip's custom made.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any reason why you want it pointing straight down? Just the looks, I suppose.
I always like the look of that exhaust tip, and I guess on the like flyby track days, it kind of helps with sound. Reduces it quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I love the sort of. You can see the different colours with the welding in there as well. It looks quite tidy. And a few battle marks, but it's a track car, so you're not that bothered cosmetically, are you really?
No, as you can see, all the black badges are ruined. Really, they're not. They're not on the top of my list. They're cheap, but I'll get it done at some point.
And is the roof is that wrapped?
That's wrapped black, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you do that, or was that already?
That
done?
was already on the car when I got
as well. Okay. Okay. Shall we look in? Do you want to open the? Shall we do from this side first?
Yeah.
So what we got here?
So we got
the short answer is not a lot.
it's just your normal bolt-in half cage with a rear strut bars.
So it is bolting then, it's not welded in,
no,
it's a bolting.
Just bolting. That come with the car, but it will come out eventually for a full welding. I'm just more worried about weight at the moment than...
Right, okay, yeah. Was it this stripped?
No. It was Club Sport spec when you see...
Okay, right, so I mean, this is literally... There's not anything else that you can take out, is there? No? Well,
yeah, it's quite a bit.
Is there?
Yeah, so I've still got a plastic trim here. Still got the headliner, which has got the sound dent in underneath. And then I've still got the stereo in at the moment.
Cool, okay. And then, look inside?
So as you mentioned earlier, it's got that RS monitor from factory, which it...
Do you use that?
Yeah, every time I drive this, that's the first thing I put on.
Yeah.
Just because it's handy to see everything. Other than that, you're not really using much on that screen.
Yeah.
Although RS Monitor tells me everything, or most things anyway, I've then fitted a Luffy gauge.
Right.
Personally,
in here.
Personally, this is my favourite thing that I've bought for the car. It tells me everything. It's got a digital readout for the coolant, which is quite handy. As I mentioned earlier, when I was overheating, I can see it. You can also set alarms, so it will warn you when you've exceeded your limit, and you can customise them limits.
Okay. And so that, well, two things. Where does that plug into then?
That only plugs into the OBD.
Okay, so relatively straight installation then, is it?
Just plug and play, really.
Yeah, okay.
You can read fault codes off it as well.
Yeah.
So it does all of that for you.
And just indicative costs, what?
I
couple of hundred, is it?
£120.
Okay, so it's relatively affordable as well.
Oh yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah.
And also, as you can see, got a Boss Kit OMP wheel.
Yeah.
The standard Megane wheels are that big, it feels like you're driving a cruise liner.
Oh, they are. I agree. I mean, I've got a standard one, and they're just huge.
Yeah, always. I love it. It feels like you're driving a go-kart.
Yeah.
And you get a proper feel for the car that way. And then as you coming back a bit more, I've got the 0.1 shifter. Again,
it does look nice, doesn't it?
It's amazing on track, just because it's so close to your steering wheel. You can change quickly. The response for it is amazing. So I'd highly recommend one of them. It changes your driving experience.
What, are they about £1,000, are they?
Yeah, about that now.
Yeah. And it's either that or the CAE. I know Aaron's got a CAE in his Golf, I know.
Yeah,
so,
there's Cooler Works, which is another option, which is a bit cheaper.
Right. Yeah, okay. Looks great. Looks fabulous.
Coming back, we've got the Corbu Club Sport Pro Series seats. As you would have seen before, I had pole positions.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, they're amazing, comfortable, but they're more suited to a fast road car, everyday track car, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As these hold me a bit better, they're lighter.
They do look absolutely fabulous. So these are new, are they?
Yeah, they're only about 2 months old.
Right, and you bought them new?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just again, indicatively, what sort of price?
I paid $1,500 for these ones.
Okay.
These are the extra large ones, so they're a bit wider.
I don't know why you had to buy extra large for. They do look absolutely fabulous. And let me just, please tell me you have got normal seat belts for Have you got normal seatbelts just to click in or not?
Nope.
So it is only 4-point harness.
Only 4-point harness.
So I'm going to get strapped in and not be able to move.
Yeah.
The bane of my life is getting in cars that don't have normal clicky seatbelts for any car that's road legal. Okay. That's pretty much it. Oh, obviously the steering wheel's detachable as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so all it is
Yeah,
just
quick release. Yeah. And then the rest of it, pretty much standard, isn't it? Radio, CD, all that sort of.
Yeah, that all works.
Heating.
Aircon still's out. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the best because the AC condenser's not there, so it's warm all the time, really.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. As always, it's not about what the car looks like. It's about how it drives. So let's go and put it on some of my favourite B roads.